Ladies and gents, welcome back. Sad day for Canada. February 21st, 2022, 6:23 p.m. MST, the day democracy died in Canada. The House of Commons vote 185 to 151 in favor of invoking the Emergencies Act in response to the Convoy blockades, which aren't there anymore. They weren't there at the time of the vote. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had this to say.
As I said, the Emergencies Act is not something to undertake lightly, and it's something that needs to be momentary, temporary, and proportional. That's why every single day I'm receiving briefings and we are reflecting on how much longer the Emergencies Act needs to be in place. We don't want to keep it in place a single day longer than necessary. But even though the blockades are lifted across border openings right now, even though things seem to be resolving very well in Ottawa, this state of emergency is not over. There continues to be real concerns about the coming days, but we will continue to evaluate every single day whether or not it is time and we are able to lift this state of emergency.
So Milton Friedman once said, nothing is so permanent as a temporary government program. And when you hear a politician come in and say, we're just going to do this temporarily, I think that is a sign for worry. We had the deputy prime minister, so the runner-up to the throne, as it is now in Canada, for the Führer of the what used to be a parliamentary democracy in Canada, had this to say.
We used all the tools that we had prior to the invocation of the Emergencies Act, and we determined that we needed some additional tools. Now, some of those tools, we will be putting forward measures to put those tools permanently in place. The authorities of FinTrack, I believe, do need to be expanded to cover crowdsourcing platforms and payment platform and their payment providers.
So basically, if you're able to raise money to petition the government, they want to squash that. That's and they want that to be a permanent thing, a permanent fixture of government. Now, what does that mean for people? Now, I understand that there are some people that are against the idea of the trucking convoy and don't agree necessarily with what they have to say, but they need to realize what this means for all Canadians moving forward. In in a situation where we've essentially stripped the ability for people to protest, to petition, at some point, you may find yourself needing to protest or petition the government. And, well, it will be definitely a difficult thing to do moving forward. Now, they are saying this is a temporary measure and it's written in law, but we just heard from the Deputy Prime Minister that they're making steps to make some of these laws permanent. Now, Benjamin Dichter, one of the organizers for the convoy, tweeted out saying, "I cannot buy food or medicine because I have political opinions about freedom." Viva Frei adding, one of the confirmed frozen accounts of the organizers for the Freedom Convoy. Other accounts that have been frozen are the truckers who park their cars on Wellington. No charges, no trial, no due process. The catastrophe of Canada, indeed. And this reminds me of an old poem from Martin Niemöller. And it reads, "First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. So we had some trucks coming into Ottawa in the past few days. Even with the Emergencies Measures Act, you think with what support people are saying is against the convoy, you see a point of shame. So anyone involved in these actions was hiding their faces. No one was eager to be seen out in public performing these tasks. This is definitely something happening. Now, courage is not the absence of fear. Now, we're all afraid of what's happening right now, but courage is acting in spite of fear. And I just wanted to hammer that one home and let people remember this. Now, we had a lunatic Canadian PM, as is said here, gets up in the House to make her little grandstand, and we'll just have a listen to what she had to say.
How many guns need to be seized? How much vitriol do we have to see of honk honk, which is an acronym for Hail Hitler, do we need to see by these protesters on social media?
It's just craziness. Crazy. Like literally clown world, folks. We're living in clown world. So I wrote back, of course, then votes essentially for the Reichstag fire decree. If you don't know what the Reichstag fire decree was, it was the decree that essentially Funny Mustache Man used to get ultimate power in his parliament in Germany, 1933. Interesting times. So people are actually actively outside protesting against this vote, saying this is Jagmeet Singh's office in Burnaby, and his constituents out there voicing their concern for the vote for the Emergencies Act. Now, I was watching it live with Viva Fry, and here's what happened.
Oh, Jagmeet.
I vote for the motion.
You're an awful politician and a person, Jagmeet.
Of course, I agree with Viva Fry on this one. I hate to laugh, but it's sometimes we laugh in times when we're worried about what's happening. Now, Jagmeet's official website. Oh, sorry, no, this isn't his official. This is his World Economic Forum profile. My bad. We know where some of these people's loyalties belong. However, we are looking stateside, folks. We're looking stateside, and we're seeing a massive convoy building in the United States of America. And do you see something in particular there? There are a lot of Canadian flags on those trucks, ladies and gentlemen. There are lots and lots of Canadian flags on those trucks. I'm excited to see what's happening. We're getting a lot of support from our American brothers and sisters, and we just got to stay strong through this. Stay strong, everybody, and keep on trucking.